Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome back to the episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In the previous video we got the Deku leaf, which allows us to blow gusts of wind, and also fly. Oh, I almost jumped off. In today's episode we're going to be entering the second dungeon of the game to save a Korok named Makar, who has gotten himself lost in the Forbidden Woods. So here we go. We enter it and see a nice cinematic here, the Forbidden Woods, second dungeon of the game. I'm pretty stoked to be completing another dungeon here. This is, of course, the second dungeon in the game. It is a little bit flipped. Usually what we see is like a foresty dungeon and then a fiery dungeon, but this time it is switched. Hey, we got some green chew jelly, which we keep it in our spoils bag. Inside green chew chews is a magical gelatinous essence, but it can't be used in its current form. Good to know in case we ever need to process that. There you go, pop out. Over here we have the very first cauldron of the dungeon, of course. Oh wait, loot box. Yummy. We can of course hop in and it won't teleport us anywhere, but in the future, you know, it'll take you to a good spot. Nice to get just thrown out randomly. Alright. So obviously there's a whole ton of chews here. We're not particularly in the market to defeat chews. I think I mentioned this earlier when we saw these enemies on the Great Deku Tree, but these enemies are the first chews we've seen that kind of dip into the ground, and by that they can't be attacked when they are dipped into the ground like that. We got the dungeon map, which we can view by exploring the map screen. Of course, we know how it is. So the first thing we have to do in this room, you'll notice that the door to leave is actually blocked. Open up, there we go. Yes, it is blocked. There is this eyeball thing, and we'll approach it in just a second. Let me finish off these chews here. There we go. See, they are a little difficult to deal with because you can't just walk up and spin attack them all at once, because they might be underground. Well, I guess not really underground, they're just the ground. Okay, there we go. Now we can have a nice moment to think. So if we look over here, there is this eyeball enemy, and it's locking the door. Unfortunately, we cannot hit it with our grappling hook. Actually, can we? I don't even know if we can. Oh, we can, but it doesn't do anything. Another chew has emerged here. Looks like they are falling from the ceiling. See, oh my gosh. See, I'm getting totally tricked by these guys because I just keep attacking the one that pops down. It's like whack-a-mole, but I'm bad at it instead of being good at it. I'm sure you know someone who's good or bad at whack-a-mole. Let's see, can we see them chilling up at the top of the ceiling? Oh no, the ceiling is way too high. Okay, well, anyway, if we pick up this, which is, I guess this game's version of the Deku Nut, we can take it and throw it at the eyeball, and that'll smash it. Nice! We're allowed to proceed to the next room. Hey, these should be familiar. These are Boko Buds, and as we know, we can jump out of them. We did this to climb the top of the Deku Tree. However, we can use these in combo with our brand new item here to float across distances. Now we actually want to drop down low here. You'll see that we are faced with another one of these eyeball enemies. I almost said enemies. We can slash off the vines, but they just simply regrow, so there is, of course, no point in doing so until we can permanently take care of them, which should be pretty soon. See, these miscolored Boko Babas are the ones, or Boko Buds, are the ones that contain an enemy. And hey, there we are. Now let's see, can we give this a precise throw? We can. It deals a little bit of damage, not a whole ton. Let's see, can we do it in quick succession to deal 2 shots? We can, and we can open this chest. Oh, don't roll into it, open it. We get ourselves a Knight's Crest. I think we've encountered Knight's Crests before. There's another collectible item in case we haven't. That's a big pot of magic, by the way, or a jar of magic. Plenty good for us. Anyway, it is much easier to do these puzzles when you have access to the Deku Leaf, because you're able to control yourself in the air just a metric ton better. There we are. Oh. We are simply just not facing the right direction. Drop down. Here we are. These big vines hanging from the walls, they will hit you, so don't hit them. Okay, there we go. Wait, there we are. Had to reposition. Of course, if you don't move the left stick, you simply don't go anywhere. Alright. And up and at him. Perfect. And drop. So, you'll notice yet another one of the enemies here. We don't have any Deku Nuts, but we have literal explosives, which surprisingly work equally as well. We can also use the explosives to damage the, oh, wait. Get over there. Ouch. We can use it to damage the green chews. Even if they are in their collapsed form, we can use that to stun them. Alright, perfect. There we are. Check out that design on the door. That's the design we've seen in countless instances in The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. It was on the Deku shield most prominently. Hey, this is a bit of a wind mechanic. As you can see, we are able to use the Deku Leaf's ability to blow wind. And this lets us move this cart right here. Oh, wait, I'm hitting the wrong side. There we are. Even though I mean, technically I'm hitting the right side. Okay, that should be a little good. Wow, this is very, very picky. I don't think we can reach that one yet, can we? Oh, we can. Good. Alright, yeah, so you can use the wind-blowing mechanic there. This room is over a bottomless pit, so I would suggest not falling. Is it a bottomless pit? Is that a... No, that's a bottomless pit. Okay. Next room. Another very large vertical room. We have some P-hats here again. We know what to do with those. You can also use this to blow the P-hats with wind, which will cause them to be stunned. That lets you come in and deal damage to them. I was trying to show that off at the end of the previous video, but the area we were given outside is just not the greatest for any sort of combat, let alone combat revolving around needing something to land on a platform. Perfect. Okay, we're at 410 rupees, which is good. We're gonna need lots of rupees for something coming up. Hey, so these Boko Babas are unique Boko Babas. Well, I don't know if this one is, but I know this one here on the far right is. Let's check if they all are. It might just be the one here on the far right. This one here on the far right. Well, we'll actually come back to him because I want to open this loot box. There we go. Let's grab it all up. If we check back over here, you'll notice that his flower bud became one that we can actually use, which is very useful because we need it to climb. Climbing is something we need. There we are. Oop, and down. Okay, great. So, got a couple of things going on here. Looks like we have another one of those vine enemies. However, we've no way to damage it. Nothing to throw. Or so we think. That is in fact not the case. Okay, let's aim and fire link. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll switch to this one. There we go. We can get to the other side right here, and we can get a Deku Nut. However, we have to move... Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. We have to move quickly because over time... Let's actually go ahead and just take a peek at this. Over time, it will eventually decay. It's kind of decaying now. You see how it's just, like, becoming a husk? Or it turns, like, what appears to be a darker brown? Basically, over time it will decay, and long after it decays, it will disappear. When it disappears, we can't throw it. That makes sense, because it doesn't exist anymore. So we're just gonna have to see as that disappears. You'll notice it poofs, and you might have just heard a little pop noise. That's it respawning. So it's not like we are stranded. It will give us more things. This is something unique. We can get back here to grab this chest, which contains 20 rupes. Nice. We also have these, like, pine cone things. But we obviously can't bring pine cone things up with us because we have to jump through these buzz. So to solve this puzzle, what we need to do is move quickly. We have to place the Deku seed, or the Deku nut, onto the platform we're on right now, and quickly blow our way across. Here we go. Let's do that. Nope. No. There we are. Alright, perfect. There we go. We want to make sure we are... Uh-oh. We want to make sure we're as close as possible. Alright, let's get ourselves over there. Let's do one like this, and then we'll wait. There we go. That should be good. Okay. The way that these work, they are very, very picky, this platform. And then we're going to want to drop it and get ourselves back. One gust of wind, not enough. A second gust of wind is enough. And we can get through. Although I think it's going to go back. No, I would have been fine. Okay, next door. This room is a fun one. As you can see, there's our standard Deku nut here. However, it is surrounded by these, which is a little bit puzzling. How can we grab it if we can't get near it? We use the power of the wind. There we go. These vines only appear when we get near it, so if we use the wind, we can blow our way over here and then toss it like normal. A very simple puzzle to solve. I think it would have been cool if the leaf and maybe like the ballad of the windfish. What is the wind transforming song called? Holy Lord, I'm blanking. Is there a way to review songs you've learned? Wait, is there a way to review songs you've learned? I have no clue. There's gotta be a place, hold on. Info? No, it's telescope info. Options? Oh no, this is just a bunch of different options. Interesting. What else can we see? Gyroscope, UI display? Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I never checked those out before. Anyway, I think it'd be cool if you combined that wind song and the Deku leaf, or the wind song, the Deku leaf, and the sail. I think it would be cool if there was, you know, some sort of connection between the three of those things. Alright, so now what we have to do is continue our movements. This is the main central room of the dungeon. It kind of reminds me of the main room of the Deku tree, solely because it's got like 3 layers, and maybe it'll remind you of it later on too. Hopefully we'll get to see why in just a little bit. Locked door here that needs a key. We do not have a key, but we do have the ability to go over here and toss a Deku nut at this door. We also take a peek. That's up there. There's no door up there or anything. It's a little bit odd. Either way, we'll keep that in the back of our head for now. Next room. This one's a cool one. There's a gap we need to jump across, which is plain and simple. But as we do, these enemies will pop out. These are morths or morts. Yeah, I think they're called morts. They're just inconveniences. They don't really damage you at all. You can have them all group up on you. You'll start to walk really, really slowly, and you can spin attack to get them off if you want. Hey, there's yellow rupee. You can also just, you know, come in here and spin attack to release them. I think they're pretty cool, pretty funny. They're also infamous for one of the most important glitches in a speedrun of this game, which is at actually the very end of the game. Maybe I'll discuss that when we get to that point. This room looks very easy, but in fact is quite complex. There are more of the growing vines that appear as we walk around, so we have to be careful to not smack ourselves with random foliage. Alright, we have to kind of snake our way through and around to get into here. We cannot damage that though. You'll notice that there is a bomb flower in this corner of the room. We're actually going to need to use the bomb flower. Thankfully though, we don't have to do some like crazy running challenge. All I have to do is toss the bomb over the edge. It'll clear the way for us, as you can see. And we can use the next one to get into here. Yeah, it'd be crazy if you had to do like some challenge where you carry the bomb and you have to run through like all the different places. Like you have to snake through the maze with the timer of the bomb. That'd be a bit much. I think we can all agree to that. Open up this chest. We get ourselves the compass, which allows us to see the locations of chests. So if we check out the map selection screen, we can see that on 4th floor there's 3 chests. 3rd floor has 2 chests. 2nd floor, a single chest. 1st floor, no chests. Basement, 3 chests. I want to flip back over to the map item screen. So lots of things we're going to have to go through and pick up. Good to know, good to keep in mind. Ouch. Okay. So let's go ahead and snake our way back. Ouch. Let's snake our way back over to that area where we just were. I believe we snake this way, up this way. Ouch. Straight, right, left. Here we go. Ouch. I've been hit like 4 times. That's too many times. And now we can go through here. Awesome. Next chest. This gets us a small key, which of course we know we can use for the door that we encountered earlier in the dungeon. Here we are. We can fly over to here. Well, it looks like we're walking the rest of the way. Actually, no. It's easier to reset. I was gonna say we could walk the rest of the way, but who wants to walk the rest of the way? We're flying in style. Here we go. And we can drop down here. One small key richer, which means we can leave through the area where we just came. This is the room, of course, with the Morts again. They are a small inconvenience. Now they are not an inconvenience. Honestly, I like to keep a couple of them on me. I don't like it to where I'm like slowed by them, but I think it's kind of funny to have like a little bug running around on Link's like torso or something. I don't know, I just think it's kind of cute. Alright, so this room is the room where we need to use our small key. Open the door, which will allow us to move through here. And as you can see, we have another challenge room here. Now, it would be a valid idea to try and use your Deku leaf to... Wait, am I going to be able to... There we go. Scoot me a little further along. There we are. And then, big one. You could use your Deku leaf to take out the Morths ahead of time. I think it's easy enough just to cross the way. Okay, here we are. There's a new enemy. I think this is called Mothra. It is called Mothra because it has a moth-like substance. Moth-like substance. It's a moth. It's a moth. It's called Mothra because it's a moth. Anyway, it spits out Morths. So it's like a mama Morth moth thing. Alright, so we need to get up here to the upper layer. This is the next floor of the game. Here we go, we can just knock that guy out of commission temporarily. I'm trying to do my thing here. I'm sure you understand. But I simply cannot be bothered. Okay, please leave me alone. There's a double blocked entry over there, which is something we're going to have to deal with at a later date. We can run through here in the meantime. And we will enter... What is this? Well, it's a room with a big Mothra. Look at the wings on that thing. This is actually the mini-boss of the dungeon. We have had mini-bosses in the past. It's just the mini-boss of the last dungeon was that little gauntlet of enemies that we fought. It wasn't particularly like a true dedicated like mini-boss. It was more like a mini gauntlet. Right, so there's a couple of ways you can fight this enemy. I was gonna say personally prefer and just regular prefer. But yeah, if you hit it with the item known as the Deku Leaf, you're able to stun it until it's low enough to where you can jump attack it. Eventually its wings will fall off, and you can clean it out, just like that. Quite the easy, simple boss fight right there. I think that was probably less time than it took to fight the gauntlet in the previous dungeon. Either way, that rewards us with our first big chest of the dungeon. It's all bejeweled and fancified because it has a great item in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Boomerang. You got the Boomerang. Target specific objects by holding the button you set it to and aiming at something until you see the red targeting cursor change to a yellow flashing thing. You can target up to 5 objects at once. So this is big for us, not only because it gives us a new way to attack, but because, oops, I hit the wrong thing. It gives us a ranged weapon that is very reliable. And also, as we're about to find out, you can use the Boomerang to defeat the eyeball vine enemy things. It's very, very useful. We're actually about to test it out right here. If we hop over here and we pull it out, we can go, okay, like that. Look at how crazy that was. It even took out the P-hats. And it gets us access to this room. Another thing it can do is target these vines. So if you need to clear out large areas of hanging items, maybe because, say, they could totally attack you, you are able to do just that. Now this is the area above a smaller room. Let's see. Jump and float all the way across. And we can pick up this chest. Contains a joy pendant. We always like to collect some joy pendants whenever they are possible. And this will take us right back up to the area above the main room of the dungeon. Nice. Which grants us access. Oh shoot. Holy lord, that could have been bad. I pressed R to try and pull out the leaf. The leaf is not on R, nor is it right there. Okay. We are struggling a teeny tiny bit here. Hey, no worries though, we're about to do something that will change the dungeon forever. And it's also something I haven't even introduced yet. It'll probably also be the last thing we do in the video today. There we go. Well, that's just mildly inconvenience. Get me over there. Thank you. I think I can jump right to here. Holy buckets, that was bad. Alright, so this center platform, it's kind of wibbly wobbly, you might have noticed, because it's actually not supported by any wood. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna assume it's like magic wood. But up here you'll see they're just supported by these tentacle looking things. Not quite sure what the deal with tentacle looking things is, but if we come over here, pull out our boomerang, and we aim true to all these, we can actually sever all 5 of them and crash down into the bottom floor of the dungeon, with Link falling down after it, of course, which is pretty swell. If we need to escape, we can use this to turn on like a big fan, which is useful. I believe what you would do is like that, oh no, like that, and then jump up. Well, oh, there's this right here. You'd use this. Okay, well, anyway, we are going to go ahead and end off this episode here because there is new areas we have access to with the ability to use the boomerang freely, for example, this area, and we're going to explore these in the next episode. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you extend the videos around. I'll catch you guys all back here next time for the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. Until then, as always, take care.